given the function, find the indicated value. Find f of negative 2 when f of x equals x squared minus 5x minus 3. Okay, well, we're being given what's called a definition of a function, which is some expression and with a label. Okay, the name of our function is f of x. F is the name of the function. F of x is being defined as x squared minus 5x minus 3. This is called the definition of the function, and this is the label. We're also noticing that f is the dependent variable, depends on what value we put in for x, which is the independent variable. There's many cool things about functions. So what we're being asked to find, notice this, we're being asked to find the value. Find f of negative 2. So when we look at this instruction, kind of like writing it a little bit right under our definition, the answer is going to be, this implies that the answer is going to be f of negative 2 equals some value, which is, some number value, a number value. Okay, so we're looking for some number. I'm going to go ahead and write the function one more time. F of x equals x squared minus 5x minus 3. And what if I make room now to substitute x the way that they're showing me, I'm writing x squared. Every time I say the variable name, I'm writing empty parentheses. Exponents are going to go outside. Everything that's not a value for the variable x is going to be outside the empty set of parentheses. Okay, so x squared minus 5x minus 3. Now what we notice is they're giving us a value, and that's why I'm writing it right underneath. See how they're putting a negative 2 in place of x in the f of x notation, function notation? Well, we're going to take x out of the function notation definition and replace it with negative 2. That's all they're asking us to do. If we do that substitution for x with negative 2 on the left side of this equation, well, every time we see x on the right side, we're also going to replace x in each instance with negative 2. We're putting negative 2 inside these empty parentheses. What takes over at this point? Well, all we need to do is apply PEMDAS. PEMDAS is the natural, it's the agreement for how to simplify expressions that have multiple operations of arithmetic. And I'm going to remind us what these are. These are parentheses. The first level we always do because we're executing these generally from top to bottom. Parentheses, brackets, braces, absolute value, fraction bar, anything that's a grouping symbol is in the first step that we have to deal with. Next is exponents. Execute any exponents, evaluate them. Exponential expressions. Next is multiply or divide as they occur from left to right. It's not always multiply first. If division occurred in an expression to the left of multiply, we'd have to do division first, then multiply. Okay, if they both occurred. Same thing happens next with addition. We execute addition as addition and subtraction as they occur from left to right. So what do we have for operations? Arithmetic operations in this problem. We have exponents, so I circle exponents. We have subtraction, I circle subtraction. These are all things we have to deal with. We have multiplication. And we have subtraction, which has already been circled, identified. Okay, as we go from top to bottom, first stop is exponents. So I'm going to see that the exponent is 2. It's applying to a base of negative 2. Negative 2 is our base with parentheses. That means I'm going to keep the negative sign with the 2. I should see a total of 2 of these bases. The exponent tells us how many. We should see a total in repetition. And of course, multiply goes between 2 of the repeated bases. That completes the fundamental property of exponents. Okay, if we continue just with completing the exponential step, negative times negative is positive, 2 times 2 is 4. Here's the resulting result for the exponent operation. I'm going to slash that out so we make sure we remind ourselves that it's done. Now, if we were to keep subtraction, keep subtraction for later, because there's a couple ways to do this. I'm not going to do any shortcuts. I want to focus on doing just, maintaining order of operations. I'm going to treat this, if I keep this as subtraction, then I'm really doing positive 5 times negative 2, and I'm going to put the result of that in parentheses. Grouping symbols are good when you're trying to, complete intermediate operations, I think. So if I call that a positive 5 and I call that subtraction, then it's positive 5 times negative 2. Positive times negative is negative. 5 times 2 is 10. And now we're going to probably go back and treat the next subtraction sign also as subtraction that's about to occur in the next step. Then we're just bringing everything down, accounting for it. Notice also all this time on the left side of this equals sign, as we've been proceeding down to the lower ending parts of this problem, it's f of negative 2. F of negative 2 equals. Okay, so now we're going to continue. What we've accomplished at this point is that we have completed multiply. Now all we have to do is make sure to complete subtraction in order from left to right. Maybe we'll use black. Okay, subtraction. Minus a negative is the same as plus a positive. Let's use the rule for additive inverses. And then we can combine these first two. We're allowed to subtract by changing subtraction to addition, and the next number to its right to its opposite. So 4 plus 10 is 14. If we carry this down, we have minus 3, and I finish subtraction. 14 minus 3 is 11. Notice we still have f of negative 2 equals. F of negative 2 equals. Well, have we found f of negative 2? Yes, because we're saying here f of negative 2 is, another word for the equal sign, f of negative 2 is 11. We come up here to our answer choices and we see that negative 11 is listed, and we're going to go ahead and choose D. D is the proper response to this problem. F of negative 2 is 11. The reason I'm pointing that out is because unfortunately many students treat, students who are unfamiliar with function notation, they treat f as if it's a variable and then divide by negative 2 at the end. But that's just not what they wanted us to find. They're not asking us to solve for f. They're saying find f of negative 2. This is what we're being asked to find, and this is what we find at the end. F of negative 2 is, 11. Okay? Hope that helps. Thank you.